Hello and welcome back to Let's Find New York, Ontario and Western Railroad. Last time we made it from Port Jervis up to Monticello, and here we are. We're back in Valley Junction here, and now we're going to continue up the line towards Kingston. And before I start with that, I just figured I'd show you. I never really zoomed out around Valley Junction, but I noticed this on Google Maps. Pretty cool. The property lines. I don't know if these are real property lines. It seems like it, though. You can still see the Y for Valley Junction and everything. And anyway, I want to zoom out and show you where we were. That's Godfrey, and then this right here area is cut a backfill. I don't know why it's not popping up, but it's cut a backfill. And this is 209 from... that's basically what this branch does. It follows 209 from Port Jervis up to Kingston. For the most part. Maybe not real close to 209 the whole time, but for the most part that's what it does. I am liking how much the OW line is still on the maps here. You know, I expect to be able to see it on satellite, of course, but seeing it in the property lines is pretty cool. Okay, back to this. So here we are. So as we just saw on the property map, it goes, well, yeah, it goes right across here. There must have been a bridge here over the Neversink. And yeah, I'm not even going to attempt to find piers or anything because it's not even clearing up. Okay. So it goes this way. Basically, like you just saw, it's basically a straight line around here. You know, straight and relatively flat. Looks like it's a bit of a trail here. Really hard to tell though. And across 211 here, and something's encroaching on it here. Something that could maybe take a few cars of freight. Maybe it's a gravel pit or something like that. Who knows? But it's a little tricky to find around here, but it's relatively straight, just heading up this way. Here's the part where I can zoom in again. Let's see. Clear up. There. I guess it's right around here. Sure it is. Sorry about all the flashing. The screen flashing, but it's pretty much as good as it gets. This is one I definitely want to drive around along someday. I never actively did that. I've driven up at 209 before, but it was before I knew to try to look for the OW. I think here it probably goes right up alongside 209. And also we have to keep in mind that with 209, it's been rebuilt and widened over the years after O&W, so there's some places, especially Summitville, where 209 just took over the right-of-way, kind of. Yeah, it's right along 209 here. It probably cuts through right here-ish. Maybe that house wasn't there. This tree line. Yeah, we can see it. That takes a curve. I don't think it would really do that. Let's see. Yeah, I think maybe it does. Curves over and goes along this line here. Didn't think it got that curvy. Hold on a second. Alright, I'm back, and I think that was following a siding going this way and up, especially this curve here. I'm very interested in what that is. I think that's the old canal? I remember the canal went along here too. Not sure, but I know, I can tell that the railroad goes more along here-ish. The way I know that is that over here, right there, you can see the bridge piers right here. And then it's pretty much a straight line here along the edge of this lake, and you can see the fill right here. Yep, it's right here. So I'm not sure what that other curve here is. It's siding or it's something with the canal. I don't know this area all that well. But it's definitely right along here now, on the Basher Kill. Yep. So we're already, Basher Kill, we're already getting close to, okay, fine, getting close to Wartsboro. Sorry this map is being a little funky around here. But we're getting there. It's basically a straight line through here. South Road. Yeah, I know where I am. We're just south of Wartsboro. And we got this fill here through the lake. This map is all sorts of blocky. There it goes. Computer. And that's Haven Road. I think there was a little station or something here. They just called it Haven. You can see this part pretty good. I have driven this a bit. Remember, if I was going somewhere else, or I made a point to do that, but I have driven it here a little bit, and you can see it from South Road here and there, like especially that fill. Oh, this is annoying, this map. If I turned it, I'd be happier that way. Hold on. Alright, I'm back. I think it's working a little bit better. But yeah, it's basically a straight line along here, along South Road here. That's just south of Wartsboro. It's in pretty good shape around here. Although I don't know, with all the flooding, how good a shape it still is in. You gotta remember these satellite images, they're a few years old at least. Yeah, they slowly get updated, but still. There it is running along here. Straight line. Under 17, which amazingly built like a little bridge tunnel thing over it. That's amazing. Because O&W was gone when they built 17. Huh. That's something else. That little branch out of Wartsboro must have still been active. Or something. I don't know how they pulled that off, getting a bridge built there. Huh. Well, that's cool. And we'll keep on going up. And here we are, not quite yet, almost in Wartsboro. And it's a straight line here, but unfortunately it looks like there's been some development. Yeah. And there's a road and everything, Walker Lane. Oof. Wipes it right out. But there it is, we'll pick up again, unless it curves like that, but I don't think so. I think it went straight through here and they wiped it out. That happens. It has been ripped up for 50 years, more than 50 years now. But here we are, here's Wartsboro. And at Wartsboro we'll find another existing O&W station, right here. And a coal tower, right here. And, hold on a second, I'll give you a better... Alright, there. Here we are, this is the Wartsboro station. This is Street View on Google. Thankfully that's a main road there, so you can zoom right into it. There's the station, kind of like a garage door on the side, but it exists as a residential building, a residential house, I guess. And there's the coal tower right back there. I know this picture's got to be a few years old because I think it's a lot more overgrown than that now. You can like barely see it, but you know, I guess it'll be there forever. It's probably got a steel frame, so that's that. And back again, let's keep going. I like the way that coal tower looks. Let's see. It's a lot more clearer than I thought it would be, the coal tower. I thought it was a lot more buried than that. Nice. Just very surprised that that still exists. The station's in good shape too. There's a lot of stations left on this line. So let's keep going. Still basically straight. There it is, cutting through another, got a fill going through another little pond or lake there. And, lead mine road, huh? Lead mines from Mammocating? Possibly, not sure. I remember seeing that about old lead mines, something on the website. Guess you're not going to find anything left of that now. And by the way, we are going to be running into the main line that comes down from Mammocating through the Highview Tunnel. Highview Tunnel is, of course, right here, and it comes around and comes down the mountain here, and the Port Jervis line is down here. Let's see, they get close together. They're relatively close together, but they're much different elevation. You know, Port Jervis line is right down on the bottom ground level, basically, and main line's climbing down from the top of the Shawangunk Mountains there. So it's basically, I think, along the kill here. It's kind of hard to discern because there's also the Erie Canal, and I might be following that. Not Erie Canal, just DNL. DNH, Delaware and Hudson. But I'm sure it comes along here. Yeah. Along the Basher Kill, basically. And, so we're heading up towards Summitville, where the Port Jervis branch junctions with the main line. Yeah, it's around. Oh, and here's Summitville. And yeah, the Port Jervis line comes up here in the junction here. I did a little bit more on Summitville before, but there's the main line. That's the fill. I guess this is the canal, maybe. Although it's calling it Basher Kill on the maps, but it's the canal. You can tell it's the canal because where 209 crosses it here, it just fills it in. They don't even bother trying to make it go through. And there's the old O&W culvert over the canal. And the station was right here, and there was a Y from here leading over to the line we're following today. And of course 209 just completely obliterated that. Like this Summitville road here is, I think, all there used to be back then as far as the road going through the area. I don't think this part existed at all because the track went through here. And so joined up here, got the Y like that, the main line's here, and then the branch to keep on going up to Kingston would go like this. Something like that. It's hard to tell because it's been wiped out so much by 209. That's the basic idea. Now we'll start following the Kingston branch. Once it loads up. There we go. It's right along the edge of 209 here, basically. And, yep, right here. Right along the edge. Ugh, come on. I don't see anything, but it could be right on top of 209 there too. I don't think it is, though. I think it's over here. I think it's still right on the edge. Yeah, I don't think it's up there. Yeah, it's right here. Come on. Wakey wakey. There we go. And, so I don't know if this is what's left of the canal. The canal, of course, wouldn't be all windy like that, so... Not sure what went on with the canal. Don't know my canal history. Wake up. Sorry, it's just the only way to get this thing to start loading again. I went a little too far. I'm seeing Minister's Flats Road. I'm so used to following the main line, which is up there. No, we're not following the main line today. We're following the Kingston branch. It's around here. Depot Road. Oh, that makes sense. That would make this Philipsburg, I think? Philipsport. Philipsport. I don't know what that building is there. I almost wonder if that could be a station. Very possible. You can see the line goes right through here. That's not a main road, so I'm not going to get anything from street view. But, maybe, maybe not. It's Depot Road, so I'm sure there was a station there. And it goes up this way. Of course, 209 wipes it out a bit here. Where is it? And... one second. Alright, I'm back again, and right here it crosses 209 around here and kind of goes around here a bit. So we'll just zoom out a bit here, like that. It's pretty tough to see around here, but it does something like that. And then it's pretty much basically on top of 209 from here up until here. See if we can see it where it breaks away from 209. Pretty tricky. It's around here somewhere across this mountain road. Wake up. There. It's probably right around here. Probably being wiped out by this house and this fancy long driveway. Or it might be over here. Not sure. But it's definitely going through this way-ish. Huh. No, that's the wrong one. It's my cheat sheet. I don't know how much of this you guys can see, but on the road goes along Lewis Road, and yeah. So it's right up around here. Yeah, we're back to not really being able to see it too well again. Yeah, it's pretty tough to see around here. But it's there. Up on this side of what I think this might be the canal. Because that's the kill. Come on. Hey, there's something right there. There's the line. All of a sudden we can see it again. Kind of. That's a driveway. Now that's the line. It's all of a sudden really nice again, like a trail. Well, it's probably nice and like a trail before too, but it's just so filled in with from above with the trees and everything, it's hard to see. Here it is right here. And now we're coming in on, is this Napanoch? It's the only thing I don't like about Ping. It doesn't like to give you town names unless you zoom way out. Ellenville. There's probably other spots before Ellenville, but because O&Ws seem to have a lot of little named spots. But anyway, unfortunately right here, on the way into Ellenville, we're going through a golf course. Yeah, like you're rebuilding the line through the golf course. It's going right through here. Let's see. The reason why I'm looking over here is because you've got the golf course and then you have this interesting spot. Oh, that's a creek. Never mind. I saw all the trees there and I thought, I know it goes into Ellenville. I think it's up here. Hard to tell because the golf course really wiped it out. It's probably down here. Yeah. It's probably down here somewhere. Let's see. Ice Cave Road, by the way, Ice Cave Mountains is around here, I do believe, in Ellenville. And the railroad's down here. Yep. I think that's it. The towpath is right on top of it, I bet. Yep. And actually, Ellenville, I think there is some kind of O&W building left. There's a station of some sort. Actually, the line's not down there, it's up here. I'm doing good. Yep, there's Depot Street. Freight station. Yes, there's Ellenville Freight Station. Yep, right there. Actually, it might be a passenger station. It's a little fancier than I thought it would be. I don't remember what it is that's left in Ellenville. But that's definitely an O&W building right there. So it went through here. Turn. It's right through the bus depot. There's another long building over there. Maybe it's got both stations still. And all this is new here? Not sure. I don't know Ellenville too good. It's definitely going through there. Tell that for sure. It's going up along here. And here you can see it going through the forest again. And I think we'll be getting into Napanoch pretty soon, and I think that's probably where I'll break it. Yeah, it's going along the creek. Round Out Creek. And here's Napanoch prison. Well, what's the name of the prison? I know this is Napanoch, but I don't know what the name of the prison is, actually. That doesn't matter. It's a prison. But anyway, on the prison grounds, and this is a good thing for the station, is Napanoch Station, and since it's on the prison grounds, it gets taken care of really nicely. Just gotta figure out where it is. I think it's right here. This line of trees. Nope. I'll know it when I see it. There it is. Because they have a little track with a caboose, so I'll know it when I see it. There's Napanoch. It's got a really nice cupola and everything. I'll put some pictures at the end of this video. I know there's some really good pictures out there of it. But anyway, I think I'm about out of time, so it's a good place to break it off, Napanoch, and I think next time we can probably make it up to Kingston. Alright, I'll see you guys then. Later.